Okay, guys, John Fitzen here. We thought, Dave and I, we thought we'd show you on short-barreled shotguns. Shotguns are probably the most deadliest weapon, really.
Within
a
a
certain range.
50-yard
Yeah.
area, they'd have an advantage.
Well, look at the slugs they're putting out now. God, there's guys making, I've heard, 200-yard shots with slugs.
The longest I've heard of is a 300-yard shot.
Who was that?
Just somebody who was shooting.
Oh, wow. But anyway, for home protection and all the other stuff, we thought we'd show you a couple of stuff. One of the things I got, 58 caliber Howdah pistol. This is black powder, percussion. It's a deadly son of a bitch. This is really kick-ass. I have this rifled, but I can shoot, double-aught buck through it and all the other stuff.
Tacks, junky.
Yeah.
Filings from around the shop.
Dimes. You ever shot dimes?
No, I haven't.
Oh my God, it makes the coolest sound, and they go everywhere.
But I mean, 10 dimes, that's like $1 a shot right there.
Tell them about this, Dave.
Oh, the little break.
Now, Dave did this.
Well, I did some of it.
Okay.
Other John helped us.
Oh, the other guy that's in here, yeah.
Yeah. We just cut it down. We got a whole bunch of these when we upgraded our license, and we wanted to do a bunch to prove we could, so that if there was any legal dispute, our lawyer said to us that you should do it just to prove you can. That way, if anyone tries to pull anything on your licenses, it's pretty much a fait accompli, not his words.
You shot that one?
I've shot all of our shorties.
How is it?
Not bad. The reality is with these, that when you're shooting them, the recoil function tends to function more like this. And most people are shooting them down like this. So the recoil hits like that. And I wouldn't enjoy doing all-day slugs with these. But now you have these reduced power, reduced recoil rounds.
Yeah, like I have in the Serbu right there.
Yeah, it's
Double
funny.
buck.
I went looking for double-aught buck, and I was looking for the biggest pellet count I could find. And I ended up buying a bunch of the low recoils. Didn't even realize what I bought. So
They're good for a room. They say, other than that, you don't want to, go much farther than a room. Probably about, how far do you think on a reduced recoil? You'd probably know better than I.
you should be able to get about 10 yards or so.
Yeah.
And they don't spread out like they do in the movies. Get that out of here.
Oh, tell them. Yeah. Now, you guys are thinking these damn, the pattern's going to be out at 10 yards. It's going to be at, way, way out there. No, it's not like that.
Let's assume that we've got some unreasonable number of pellets, 20.
Okay. Gotcha.
That's kind of unreasonable for a double-aught, wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
Well, the more it spreads, you've now got these 20-33 caliber, if I remember
exactly,
right,
yeah.
spread out over this area. It might get all over the place and miss me. You really need to pattern your shotgun and see what it does in the real world with whatever you're shooting.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true, because everyone's different.
Most of your trap ranges will have a patterning board that you can go pattern at. Barring that, I've used a sheet of plywood. In fact, I kind of prefer the sheet of plywood because then I can walk up and see where it really hit.
Yeah.
And I really like shooting plywood, but something about the flying apart.
But most people think this gun right here and this, even how old it is, if you shoot at 10 feet, the pattern is going to cover this whole damn wall.
Oh.
And it's just not so, guys. The pattern at about 10 feet is about how big? It's this short.
Oh. I'm going to say 10 feet.
About like that.
This,
That's right, yeah.
This range, like I said, it really kind of depends on the gun.
Yeah.
The cylinder, well, what kind of bore you have. And some of these shorts are actually a lot over bore, so especially if they've been used a lot before they were converted.
Yeah.
Not always, like I said, you really need to go patterning board or find a range that'll let you take a plywood board out.
But like I said, God, it was funny, the prisoners that I worked at the prison. I was a road crew driver. I'd work prisoners out on the road. And these guys would say, well, Fitzen, you know a lot about guns. What is a sawed-off shotgun? If you shoot at like 10 feet or so, and the barrel's like 18 inches. Now that would just cover like, you know, a truck, right? And I'm just down there going, I'd let them think what they want, but you're shooting at something like that, 18-inch barrel. It's gonna be like this. It's not that, you know, the pattern's not that big.
Yeah,
You
well,
know?
like I said a minute ago, regardless of the size, it's how many pellets divided
Yeah.
over what area.
Yeah. Well, the other stuff is too that we have a semi-auto. This is well, how old's that one? That's
It's a Winchester, I believe, Model 50. Let me check the name here before I make myself look too stupid. Let me get new glasses so I
but if
can
you
see.
remember,
Yeah, it's a Model 50.
Bonnie and Clyde, and they love the sawed-off shotguns, especially the semi-autos.
Actually,
Just
we have one
right up
pattern
there. Yeah,
a little bit after the Bonnie and Clyde type gun.
yeah,
This is an Auto 5.
yeah. Great
Now-
gun.
Now, for
Great
you
gun.
Auto 5 enthusiasts out there that are going to have a heart attack, you never saw the front end of the barrel on this thing. And the receiver looks better in the camera light than it does in real. There's the collector's value on this gun was weakened enough, so don't go crying.
I used to hunt with the Auto 5.
Actually, it's one of the most common autos for hunting.
Well, back then too, the gangsters. That's one of the ones they preferred, right
Yeah.
there. Yeah. And this was prior or after?
After, I think,
After. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
1950s production started. I'd have to look it up to remember for sure. I bought it because it's the same operating system as the Colt Ace.
Mm-hmm.
You're familiar with the Carbine Williams, right?
No.
Major contributor to the development of the M1 carbine.
Oh, okay.
I think
Okay.
it's like David Marshall Williams.
Huh.
But he's the inventor of the tappet gas system. Well, this has a floating chamber like the Colt Ace, which
Oh,
was
okay.
also one of his projects.
Huh. Cool.
And this one is not quite up to the reliability standards, or it's for public sale yet.
Mm-hmm.
But most of the time when we do one of these conversions, it's a gun that's a little messed up to start with.
Yeah.
That way we don't feel bad if we end up destroying a gun.
There
So,
you go.
besides, I made some major conversions because this is a full, the spring system in this originally ran out to
Yeah.
here.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Now I need to go try this one with some slugs to see if it'll work better with,
Hmm.
see if I can, wrench my wrist a little bit.
Well, and then my little baby, this I used to carry when I was in the motorcycle club. Little Serbu, empty.
Oh, how many
It's-
times have we worked on that thing?
Yeah, a bunch of times. But Dave did a bunch of stuff. We put the little rail up here, put the shroud on there. You guys can see it.
Bolted it
It's
all
cool.
together so it
Yeah.
holds hard now.
Yeah, and it's a mean ass little sumbitch. Has a laser on there. You can see up against the wall. But it's a mean little sumbitch. But I used to carry this on my motorcycle when I was in with a certain motorcycle club. Anyway, we won't go into all that, but I used to have to carry that, and I'd have 3 or 4 other guns. But this little Serbu, God, you bring that out. 3 shots. There's 2 in the tube and 1 in the chamber, and just a mean little son of a bitch. But it could really disperse a crowd. And then you guys got this. Dave, tell them about this.
Oh, this is
And
a
you did.
this is a short barrel shotgun. This one classifies as an AOW,
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
the catch-all category of any other weapon.
yeah, yeah.
Covers net guns, shotgun pistols, and a whole bunch of things.
Mm-hmm.
It's anyone tells you that gun control is done for any reason other than disarming people is lying their
Yeah,
teeth
that's
off.
no shit.
Short shotguns like this, or short rifles like this, are of greater aid to someone who's on the defensive than someone who's on the offensive.
Exactly.
In fact, the offensive tactics with these short guns would, of course, be things like hiding it under your coat or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, they really help someone who's on the defensive more, because this, especially when you're under stress, 2 hands, your fine motor skills are the first thing that suffer
Yeah, exactly.
in an
Just like
adrenaline dump.
just like in knife fighting.
And pistols are all about fine motor skills.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they train you so hard at the academies. But this is a lot easier for someone on the defensive, this gives all sorts of advantages.
Yeah. That's a gun that, do here. And I mean, there's a bunch of different variations of short-barreled shotguns. Dave has his own little special shotgun that he really likes when people come in that cause him shit.
Yes. When someone comes in and there's a problem in the store, we get out the pink shotgun.
And what does it have on the side?
Hello Kitty.
Kitty.
That way, when they send them to hell, they're going to be in hell, being criticized by the rest of hell's denizens for being shot with a pink shotgun.
Yeah, you got shot by a pink shotgun. But that's what he uses for defense inside here. Dave carries it, all the time. He has a thing. You ought to see his 45s.
I had a special deep pocket sewn into my pants just so I can slide that down in there.
Hello Kitty. Think about it. Well, anyway, guys, we thought we'd show you some shotguns, and thought you'd get a kick out of it and kind of see some of the stuff that I carry, some of the stuff that Dave does here, and all the other stuff, and show you his Hello Kitty. Sick bastard. But anyway. Do you have anything to say, Dave?
If you're sawing down your own, get the paperwork in first, or you're going to go to the Federal Rectal Stretching Facility.
Keep your edges sharp, your powder dry. See you guys.